Friday.
Yo 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 yo.
Just hilarious.
Hey, what's up?
Charlamagne is out and it's Friday. Charlamagne's on the West Coast. You know, he's doing this book tour thing, so you could catch him. I think he's at the Grove tomorrow or today. Today. So just hit up his Instagram to find out exactly where he's at. But how you feeling, Jess?
I feel good. Don't I look refreshed?
You do.
Yes.
You do. You got rest? You got some sleep?
Yes, I actually did. It's a difference between getting up at 3:45 and getting up at 5.
Yeah, it never changes. It always feels. It always feels. You always get tired.
Man.
Well, salute to all everybody that graduated. My daughter graduated yesterday. My other daughter, she's going to middle school now, and she got the Something Citizenship Award. Now, it's an award based off education, how well her grades were, but also her just being a nice, kind person. And they only give one award out, and all the faculty have to actually vote on this award. And because she got an award, she got a plaque from, you know, the Board of Education in New Jersey, but they also etch her name in the stone in the school. So her name will always be on in the building on the side of the school, which was pretty dope. So salute to little Lundy Chu. So she was so happy and excited last night. And all she wanted for after was tacos. That's all she wanted was tacos.
Congratulations.
That's all she wanted last night was tacos. I was like, you want to go out? You want to go out to a restaurant? She's like, Dad, nah, let's just go home and make tacos. I said, all right, well, cool. Save me the money.
You got such a humble family, yo.
I love it. So, yeah, salute to all the graduates. All right, well, let's get the show cracking. Pastor Carl Lentz and Laura Lentz will be joining us. If you don't remember, of course, he was a pastor. I can't remember the church. It's Hillstop? I can't remember the name of the church, but he was a pastor for a church. The church and the congregation found out that he was cheating on his wife. He was, quote unquote, fired. He lost his job. He had to do a bunch of different things to get money. And now he's talking about it, and we'll talk to him about that. He's, if you don't know, he was a pastor to a lot of celebrities like Justin Bieber. He helped out a lot of people. So we're going to be talking with him in a little bit. And then Morgan has front page news, all right? Oh, the church is Hillsong Church. That's the name of it. All right. Okay. Well, let's get the show cracking, Morgan. When we come back, it's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Just Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get in some front page news. Good morning, Morgan.
Good morning. Happy Friday. We made it to the weekend.
That's right.
Yes, girl.
Yes, so former President Trump was in D.C. meeting with Republican lawmakers saying the GOP is unified and he expects to take back the White House in November. He said President Biden is the wrong man for the job and cited inflation as one of the reasons. Let's hear more from Trump on Capitol Hill.
We're a nation that is being laughed at all over the world. We have a leader that's being laughed at all over the world. We have great unity. We have great common sense. A lot of very smart people in this room. We have levels of inflation that nobody's seen for, they say 42 years, they say 53 years, and they say 75 years. I would say probably all of them are wrong. Probably we've never seen levels like this before.
Why would they say it then, Trump? Okay, give me that. So Trump says he plans to bring common sense back to government and secure the southern border if he wins the election. Now, while on Capitol Hill, Trump spoke to Fox News saying he has a pretty good idea of who he'll choose to be his running mate and will most likely make that announcement at the Republican National Convention next month in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Let's hear that.
Look, we have some really talented people. I have a pretty good idea, but I think it's probably I'll do it the way it's usually done.
Doing it the way it's usually done all the time.
Is it me or do I not hear much from Joe Biden? I don't feel like I hear much out of him. Of course, he had the Juneteenth celebration, and we see Kirk Franklin, we seen him dancing, but I don't really hear him saying much. Is it? And I wonder is he waiting for debates? Because this is the time where he should really put his foot down and tell everybody what he's done, the things that he's put into play, the things that he's done to help Americans. Because right now, all you're hearing is one side saying inflation is bad, immigration is bad. This is bad. But you don't never hear what I haven't heard much out of Joe Biden in the last couple of weeks, actually.
To Charlamagne's point, I think that they're probably going to get their messaging together. And it doesn't mean that, the Biden administration isn't speaking up, but get into that in the 7 o'clock hour because they do have things that they are mentioning and efforts that they are putting forward. We'll talk about that. But yesterday marked Trump's first visit back to Capitol Hill, the Capitol, since the attack on the U.S. Capitol following his 2020 election loss. Or as Nancy Pelosi puts it, the instigator of the insurrection is returning to the scene of the crime. Yeah. In other news, Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg will testify before Congress the day after Donald Trump's sentencing in his hush money case. Bragg will appear before Republican-led House Judiciary Committee on July 12th, along with one of the top prosecutors in the case, Matthew Colangelo. Republicans claim Bragg carried out an unprecedented abuse of prosecutorial authority and say the case was politically motivated. Now, we all know that Trump was convicted of falsifying business records to cover up payments to adult film star Stormy Daniels. Elsewhere on Capitol Hill, in Oklahoma, their Supreme Court is dismissing a lawsuit from survivors of the Tulsa race massacre who were seeking reparations. As many as 300 African Americans that we know of were killed in Tulsa in 1921 when an angry mob, a white mob, raided the prosperous black neighborhood of Greenwood, which we called Black Wall Street, and destroyed over 1,000 homes. The area at the time was known as Black Wall Street, and in 2020, 4 survivors sued the city of Tulsa and other local authorities, claiming the destruction continued to affect Tulsa. Last year, a district court dismissed that lawsuit, and on Wednesday, the Oklahoma Supreme Court affirmed that decision. That's just terrible.
Yeah, that's horrible. If you listen to the Breakfast Club, you know, four of them came actually on the Breakfast Club. They were in their 90s, and the one thing that they said was they believed that the government would do the right thing. They felt like before they left this earth, that they would get the reparations that were deserved. And it's so sad that they've been through all of that, and they still believed, and the government let them down.
Yeah, that is it. We are in unprecedented times. That's the best I could put it. I mean, there's so much happening that all of us are looking at each other like, what? So that's your front page news for now. I got more on President Biden. He's in Italy for the G7 summit in the 7 o'clock hour.
All right. Thank you, Morgan. Everybody else, get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, phone lines are wide open. Again, 800-585-1051. Get it off your chest. It's a Friday, and it's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. This is your time to get it off your chest, whether you're mad or blessed.
I hate the way that you walk, the way that you talk. I hate the way that you dress. Everything with me is blessed.
Call up next. 800-585-1051.
Not just me. I'm what the culture feeling.
Hello, who's this?
Eric, what's up, Envy?
Hey, what's up, Trav?
Trav.
What's going on, Jeff?
What's up, boo?
Where's Charlamagne at?
He out in on the West Coast.
Yeah.
Oh, you on the West Coast? Okay. Listen, I'm calling up here because Jeff, are you still highlighting your gayer day, Jeff?
Do I got what, boo?
He said, "Are you highlighting your gay day?"
Absolutely. As long as it's June, I'm highlighting the guy.
Okay, so listen, can I denounce some people this morning that they be saying this gay day is not gay?
Who
Get
you
it
want
off
to
the
denounce?
chest.
All right, so I want to denounce Diddy. Y'all gonna stop putting that man a part of the gay community? Okay, we don't accept him. We denouncing him. All right, Caitlyn Jenner, we denouncing you too. We don't want you a part of the community. You denounce, and DJ Envy, we denouncing you.
Oh my God.
Okay. Well, first of all, I'm not gay, Trav. I am not gay. I know you might.
We just denounced you. It's fine. We just denounced you.
I know
It's
you
fine,
can't.
Envy.
So now you officially not gay, Envy.
You can't denounce me.
You're
If
officially not gay now, Envy.
now, Trav, can I be honest with you? Trav, can I be honest with
What's
you?
up, Envy?
Yesterday, Charlamagne was in the nail salon getting his nails done, right? And I seen him there, and I was going to pull up and try to embarrass him and blast It's Raining Men and dance outside the dance salon and act like he was like my boo. But I couldn't do it because I was like, somebody might think that is real, so I was like, I couldn't do it. But
Everybody believes you.
I almost did it yesterday. Like, I was a second. I was going to call Jess and ask Jess, should I do it? But I was like, nah, let me sit my ass down.
Well, I'm glad you didn't call Justin about her with that foolishness.
Okay. Well, thanks for denouncing me, I guess.
Thank you.
Bye, y'all.
Bible.
Hello, who's this?
What up? What's poppin', bro? What up, Envy?
What up, brother? Get it off your chest.
That's hilarious. How you doing? Charlamagne the guy. Look, man, what I'm calling for, bro, is something y'all could definitely help me out with, because I heard y'all talk about this all the time. Work-life balance. I'm a truck driver and I'm a comedian. I wake up at 1:30 in the morning to get to work, and then I gotta get off work and go be a. Oh, my fault. I gotta go out, get off work, be a father, then go be a comedian. Man, what kind of advice y'all got for people like me that got so much on their plate?
Man, being a truck driver already should take up a lot of your time, and then you're a father as well, and then being a comedian. The best thing about being a comedian is you can make your own schedule. You know what I'm saying? Even while you grinding, you can set certain days where you go. Because I imagine you still building. Where you from?
I'm from Dallas. I'm from St. Louis, but I live in Dallas.
Yeah. So that's you can make your own schedule when it comes to that. However, you can't really make a schedule. Well, you can make your own schedule when it comes to how often do you work on the truck? In the truck? 5
days a week from 1:30 to whatever time I get off. It's usually like 5 o'clock. So by the time 5 o'clock hit, I got to go sign up for open mic. You know how that goes. You got to go sign up for open mic. You get on the list. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? Then I'm tired of these people telling you know how you're a comedian and people ask you, hey, tell me a joke.
Oh yeah, all you gotta do is hold your hand out, be like, you got some money? Because I only do that for bread.
For sure. I told this dude his mama to tell me. Hey, my mama. I said, yeah, bro. She wasn't trying to leave, dog. My wife was on the way. He ain't seen shot.
Well, I will say this. Everybody talks about wife-work balance, but to be great, and everybody that has ever been great in any field, they had to sacrifice a little bit. And, sometimes that might require you, not sleeping as much. Sometimes it might require you maybe missing a kid's activity or function so you can do it. But I have done it. I'm sure Jess has done it. I mean, it is what it is. I used to sleep at this radio station because I would be too tired to drive home. And I did miss a lot of my kids' stuff when I was able to, start doing things and start making a little money and my career started. Now I'm able to take off when I want to see my kids. But at first it was very difficult. And I had to say what was more important at the time. And for me, what was more important was to make sure my kids, had a future, was able to pay for school, was able to have food on the table. So I did those sacrifices. I missed a lot early on, but now I'm able to do, pretty much what I want.
And that's what's up. Because, and that's the hardest thing about it, for me to wrap my mind around this stuff for my kids. Feel me? So it's like one of those things where I'm going to have to make the ultimate sacrifice. Somebody's not going to satisfied, and just to make it seems like I'm trying to make myself satisfied, like trying to satisfy my own personal, what I'm saying, goals.
Well, good luck with it, brother.
I get that. Good luck.
Good luck with it. How did you deal with it, Jess? I'm just curious when it came to, because you were doing comedy, you were on the show, but your son was young at the time.
But I was broke, so I had to keep getting money. Like I was broke and I was taking care of him by myself. Rome was there, but like Rome got other kids, always had other kids. So like I had to miss a lot of Ash growing up and like all of that type of stuff and working and then doing like on the road Tuesday through Saturday. Like I was doing shows Tuesday, Wednesday, and then flying to another city Thursday, Friday, and then doing Saturday and sometimes Sundays in another city. I was doing that for like 3 years straight.
Yeah, I mean, I understand exactly what that is. I mean, I didn't even know my Madison and Logan, which is my oldest, I didn't even know their teachers because I was never there. I was never there for parent teachers. I was never there for practice. I made it to the games, but I just couldn't.
Same.
And my wife and my kids understood, but my newest kids, I know all their teachers, but I just couldn't. I had to sacrifice. But
that's right.
Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, hit us up now. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. This is your time to get it off your chest.
Keep calling.
800-585-1051. We want to hear from you on The Breakfast Club.
Hello, who's this?
Yo, what up? It's your boy Rich from Brooklyn. What's going on, Envy? It's beautiful, hilarious, just hilarious.
How you doing?
What's up, Rich?
Regular. I wanted to give a shout out to myself, actually. I just made permanent at my new job, man. So I just want to give congratulations.
Nice.
Staying down. I'm just enjoying my little celebration breakfast at the Waffle House right now. And I wanted to give a shout out to everybody at my job, man, holding it down doing these 12 hours. So I wanted to look at that shout out my IG as well.
Go ahead, brother.
Okay, cool. I want everybody to check me out on IG and Twitter and Clubhouse at Rich Fatherhood. RICH Fatherhood. Tap in, man. That's my clothing line right there. Real positive. I got motherhood, fatherhood, and childhood.
Okay, brother.
Well, keep grinding and congratulations on that permanent position.
That's right. Hey, what's your name, brother?
Hey, my name's David.
Hey, David, get it off your chest.
I'm just pissed off about how us as Americans just allowing the government to do what they're doing. We got power to do or to make the government work for us. So that's their position. They're supposed to work for us and not the other way around.
Yeah, I mean, we see it through all factions of the government, right? We see it through the IRS, we see it through the feds, we see it through, they pretty much tell us what we're able to do and how we're able to do it. And, looking at this election, myself, I don't personally necessarily love either of the candidates, but what can we do at this point, brother? I mean, we got to vote local elections to try to make a change somehow.
I mean, not necessarily, but there's parts of the Constitution that states that we can elect a different type of government if we're not satisfied with the existing government. But it all boils down to what's the education and unity. Once the people come together and educate each other, educate ourselves, we can create the type of government that we need in America to make America a better state.
All right, brother. Well, have a good one and have a good weekend. Happy Father's Day to your father.
Thank you. Happy Father's Day to you.
Thank you, brother. Hello, who's this?
Hey, it's Tay.
Hey, good morning.
Hey, girl.
Get it off your chest.
Okay, I had to call up here and say this while Charlamagne was in here, but I'm so sick of this. What is it? They not like us. I'm so sick of that song. Y'all
tired of that, ain't you?
and I'm so sick of that other song. Like, oh my God.
So what song do you like? What do you want to hear, mama?
Yeah.
I prefer Snoop, for real, or anything with Drake in it. Because Kendrick Lamar won the battle, but Drake is winning the war.
No, you a Drake fan. That's why she said that.
Yeah, she a Drakey.
No, Kendrick Lamar sound like Trina if she was from Compton.
She sounds like Trina if she was from Compton.
She a OVO'er, real big.
Yeah, I see. Well,
yeah, I mean, but race back, that's something FAE.
All right. Well, goodbye, Tay. You have a good weekend.
Have a good day.
All right. Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, you can hit us up now. We got Just With The Mess coming up.
Yes, we do. So Tyler finally put out a statement after her awkward Breakfast Club question.
Okay. All right.
That neck swiveled around. You see how slow that neck swiveled around? Yeah.
She did it twice, too. She did a double take. We'll get into that next. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Just Hilarious, Charlamagne the God. We are The Breakfast Club. Let's get to Just With The Mess.
News is real, whether it's Just Hilarious, Jessica Robin Moore, just don't do no lies,
She don't spare nobody.
Worldwide Jess, worldwide mess.
On The Breakfast Club.
She's a culture shift.
She was able to get y'all to see something and understand something that nobody could get you to see.
It's time to set it off.
All right, so Tyler addresses her colored identity. Yesterday we had an interview with South African superstar Tyler. During the interview, Charlamagne asked a question that her team didn't allow her to answer. We have the audio from that.
School me on these debates that they be having about your identity as a South African colored person. What does that even mean?
Can we not? Por favor.
Oh, I like that. We keeping that in the interview too. I like when they talk from the back and say we can't. I like that. That's good. That's even better.
Yeah. Well, that clip started to go viral shortly after we aired the interview. Tyler eventually decided to clear the air and shared a post to her Instagram story. And she said, "Yo, guys, never denied my blackness. I don't know where that came from. I'm mixed with black, Zulu, Irish, Mauritian, Indian, and colored. In South Africa, I would be classified as a colored woman. In other places, I would be classified as a black woman. Race is classified differently in different parts of the world." I do agree with that. She also said, "I don't expect to be identified as colored outside of South Africa by anyone. Not comfortable doing so because I understand the weight of that word outside of South Africa. But to close this conversation, I'm both colored in South Africa and a black woman."
Yeah, people were upset with, the questioning and the fact that she didn't answer. But like I tell everybody, the questions that we ask are from things that are out there. She did an interview a couple of years ago when people were asking about it. So, of course, when she came up here, we had to ask her about it. Now, I don't understand why she didn't answer that in the interview. That was confusing. Like, why just not say that?
And you're doing press, you know what I'm saying? So, like, her label or manager or whoever, just got to get her training, because it's different ways to pivot from what you don't want to answer.
Correct.
Instead of just looking at somebody or having somebody come from, because remember when Charlamagne did Donkey of the Day for the dude on CNN, like, yo, like you had somebody wave you down in an interview.
Right.
To be like, yo, nah, we ain't talking about that.
But it's press, like you said.
It.
Yeah, but it's press, like you said.
You're a
going,
superstar.
Yes, you know what they're going to ask you. You know they're going to ask you some questions about your album, but you know they're going to ask you about the BS too, and you got to be able to answer those questions as well.
Yeah, so to come with like a whole list like of 9 or 10 things that we can't talk about when that's really all like majority of people were like really know.
Exactly.
That was a little crazy, but yeah. So that I would have preferred that she said that, but just a little media training, get her right, she be alright. Funniest people on the internet. This is a list created by Complex, and it does not include stand-up comedians. When ranking the 20th funniest people on the internet, they considered the reach and popularity of the content, social media's reactions, their engagement rate on their own platforms, and the content as a whole. All right, listen to this list, y'all.
Okay.
Number 1 is Drewski. I'm gonna just a few of the favorites because I don't know a lot of these people, never saw them at all. All right, number 1 being Drewski. Number 5 is Theo Von. He was an exception to the no stand-up comedians rule because of his podcast. Theo Von is funny though. He's just real dark, but he's funny as hell. Number 6 being Funny Marco. Number 8 being Desi Banks. Number 10, 85 South. Number 11, my guy Lou Young. He funny as hell. He from the DMV area. Number 14, Kai Cenat. Number 16, Cameron and Mace. Number 17, Vince Staples. Never seen that guy be funny. Number 19 is Gillian Wallow. I do not know why they're so low. Yo, they are hilarious.
Yeah, but with all these lists, and sometimes I hate these lists. Like, who is the person that's doing these lists? And these lists are like buttholes. Everybody has one. But it's just a matter of who you find funny. Like, I find Funny Marco hilarious. I find Gillian Wallow hilarious. I find Mason hilarious. I find Drewski hilarious. Kai Cenat is hilarious. So it's just, on some days, but all those people that I named say some corny jokes too. But I will say that, who are these people making these lists, and why do we uphold these lists so high? Like there's somebody that, like the maker of the list or what we have to follow. We don't even know who these people are.
Yep. The only one that said something was Desi Banks, of course. Yo, he be letting stuff get to him. I swear, yo, Desi, just keep doing your thing. When he saw that he was listed as number 8, he commented and said, "Guess my black ass ain't ish." Dazam, thanks for the fuel. Stuff like this motivate my black ass. So then he doubled back saying, "I'm playing, but I'm not, because I care that much about comedy, but it's all good. I'll keep doing my thing and elevating in real life, doing real-ish. Also with doing social media, but it's my motivation." Damn, yo, you ain't number 20, you number 8. Like, he's so funny. But funny. I do agree with Drewski being number 1 though. I do agree with that. But what's interesting is it was only like 1 or 2 girls on the list. There's no girls out there. I'm not offended that I'm not on the list because I've been stopped doing skits. I'm like, nah.
Yeah, and that's another thing. 85 South don't do skits.
They don't.
They do.
They're talking about their content and all of that type of stuff too, but
if that's the case, you should be on the list with your contact, with your podcast, you being on the radio show, you traveling, and the fact that you pregnant and doing it. Yeah, absolutely. Was Pretty B on the list?
No.
Oh, so well, there you go. Well, this is full of doodle.
Yeah, and it's also this one guy I want to shout out. Yo, his name is Joe Wavy. He is hilarious. He's from New York. I don't know what borough, but he is from New York, and he does these funny videos based on how moms are, black and brown moms. He's like Latino, but like, yo, he is hilarious. So shout out to Joe Wavy. He deserves to be on that list too, and a couple others. But yeah, almost no women at all. I don't know who Zoe Spencer is. Shout out to you too, shorty, but I don't know. But that's the only female I really see on the list.
Okay.
Yep. And we got time. Nope, we got time. I'll get to some stuff in the next hour.
All right, that's Just With the Mess. Now, when we come back, we got Front Page News with Morgan Wood, and then Pastor Carl Lentz and Laura Lentz will be joining us. Charlamagne is out today. He's actually on the West Coast for a book tour, and you know how we do. When he's out, if you want to give somebody Donkey of the Day, it could be your mother, it could be your boyfriend, it could be your daddy, it could be a friend, it could be a coworker. It doesn't matter who it is. If you want to give somebody Donkey of the Day, call us up right now. We'll get you on the air. 800-585-1051. Again, Charlamagne is out, so we're going to open up the phone lines and allow you to give somebody Donkey of the Day. All right, it's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
You're checking out The Breakfast Club.
Let Audible take you places beyond the everyday. Explore the people and topics you love with audiobooks, podcasts, and originals all in one app. There's more to imagine when you listen. Sign up for a free 30-day trial at audible.com/Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Just Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get in some front page news. Good morning, Morgan.
Good morning again, and happy Friday. Yes. So, as mentioned before, President Biden, we'll talk about him. He's in Italy with other world leaders for the G7 summit and publicly addressed his son Hunter's conviction on federal firearms charges. Let's hear more from the president on his son.
He has overcome an addiction. He's one of the brightest, most decent men I know. I'm not going to do anything. I said I abide by the jury decision. I will do that, and I will not pardon him.
Yeah, that's wild, because if I'm the president, I'm pardoning my son. It is what it is. I mean, we see all these people with power, and why wouldn't I? Why wouldn't I pardon my son? He says my son is decent. He said my son is battling addiction. Why wouldn't I give him another shot? He gives other people other shots, right? And he said his son is a good person. Why wouldn't he?
Yeah, well, he said he's not going to pardon him. He also went on, if someone asked him if he would commute Hunter's sentence, and he answered no. So I'm not sure what's about to happen with Hunter Biden. I guess we have to wait and see, once he's sentenced. But yeah, I agree with you, Envy. What's the point of, having a daddy in power if you ain't going to do something with it?
Right.
But the part that gets me is that, too much Trump, right? The part that gets me is Trump actually empathized with the Biden family. And maybe he's the one that's trying to get a pardon. Let's hear from Trump actually empathizing.
Hey, yo.
That whole subject, I understand it pretty well because I've had it. People have it in their family. It's a very tough thing. It's a very tough situation for a father. It's a very tough situation for a brother or sister. It's a tough moment for their family. It's a tough moment for any family involved.
He can relate.
You trying to tell me if Trump's son wasn't in some trouble, you don't think Trump will commute or pardon him?
No, what I was saying is I think Trump is looking for a pardon.
No, I was just saying, but Trump will pardon his son, and I've seen Trump pardon people with worse crimes than
way worse
than Hunter.
So Trump was referencing his brother, Fred, who actually struggled with alcoholism and died at the age of 42 in 1981. So I guess he does relate a little bit. So back to the G7 summit, the world's 7 wealthiest democracies, Canada, France, Germany, the UK, Italy, and Japan have agreed on lending up to $50 billion to Ukraine using frozen Russian assets as collateral. The U.S. and Ukraine also entered a 10-year bilateral security agreement as Russia's full-scale invasion continues. Let's hear more from Biden as the U.S. stands with Ukraine.
The United States, the G7, and countries around the world have consistently answered the question by saying, yes, we will. We will say it again. Yes, again and again and again. We're going to stand with Ukraine.
Yeah, so meanwhile, on the home front, President Biden is cautiously celebrating the Supreme Court preservation of access to the widely used abortion pill. In a statement, Biden acknowledged that the High Court's ruling that allows mifepristone to be mailed to patients without an in-person doctor's visit. The president went on to say that the fight for women's reproductive freedom is not over, claiming Republicans are planning to ban abortions nationwide. Now, Dr. Colleen McNicholas is the chief medical officer at Planned Parenthood of St. Louis and the Southwest Missouri region, and she says there's still a long way to go in the fight to keep abortion access. Let's hear from the doctor.
We will, take the time to read that 38 pages and figure out what the next strategy is. The fight continues, but today is a moment to take a deep breath and to be grateful that folks still have access to this very safe and very effective method. Well, the truth is we know that anti-abortion extremists are not going to stop. They weren't going to stop when Roe was overturned. They aren't going to stop at losing this case.
This is actually a win for the, I wouldn't say so much the Biden administration, but, under the Biden administration that the conservative Supreme Court actually ruled in favor of keeping some sort of access. This decision comes 2 years after the High Court overturned Roe v. Wade, the landmark abortion rights decision. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, let's switch gears because it's Father's Day weekend, right? And consumers are expected to spend roughly $22 billion on Father's Day gifts. The National Retail Federation says the average consumer is shelling out about $190 on gifts and celebrations for dad. About 3/4 of the U.S. adults are expected to celebrate the holiday. This comes at the same time that Wallet Hub revealed the best and worst states for working dads in 2024. The top 5 best places for working dads, according to Wallet Hub: Massachusetts, D.C., Connecticut, New Jersey, go Envy, and Minnesota. The worst states for working dads: Louisiana, Alabama, Arkansas, Arizona, and South Carolina. Now, the indicators were everything from the average length of a workday to childcare costs to overall health of men. So, Massachusetts also has the best parental leave policies of any state and the best school systems, which is the reason why Wallet Hub ranked them very high. How you feel about that, Envy? You say you got a lot of kids, so.
No, I mean, I love Father's Day, and not because of the gifts, but, I mean, it's kind of bad because I kind of get what I want when I want it, so it's hard to get me something, but I mean, for me, it's just being around the kids for Father's Day, but I'm around my kids all the time, so it's just we barbecue usually every Father's Day. Usually, my father comes over, and if not, we just enjoy and chill. I just love the time with my kids. I mean, every once in a while, they'll get me a stupid. I don't want to say stupid, but they'll get me a tie. They'll get me underwear. They'll get me socks. But I ain't gonna front. I need that because that's what I honestly need. When my mother gets me every Father's Day and Christmas, she gets me some underwear, and that lasts me the year. So I don't be mad.
Still being a mom. That is so funny.
that's what she gets me, and I love it. I don't know.
That's your best gift? Would you call those one of the best gifts?
Those are the gifts I use throughout the year.
Those are essentials.
Yeah, those are my essentials.
So, what I'm hearing is we should continue to get dad socks, ties, and underwear, basically.
Until they make it. My dad asked me for
what he asked you for.
I was happy with that. He said a brush, a real good brush.
Right.
I said, I got you.
See,
but now the dads with the practical requests. Okay.
But now when you make it, like when my kids make it, like just made it, you got to step your game up a little bit now. Now, no more brushes now.
Oh, yeah. No, he definitely asked me for a Maserati.
There you go. See, that's what I'm talking about. Especially, I just seen you buy your sister a car, and I'm your father. Yeah. Nah, no more. I need the brush to go in the Maserati. That's what I'm talking about, Pop.
Maybe just bring him to the car show, Jess.
That's what I'm going to do.
Or just bring him to the car show. All right. Well, thank you, Morgan.
Yeah, that's your front page news. I'm Morgan Wood. Follow me on social at Morgan Media. And for more news coverage, follow the Black Information Network at Black Information Network at BINnews.com. Thank y'all and happy Father's Day.
All right.
Have a good weekend, girl.
Thank you so much. Now, when we come back, Pastor Carl Lentz and Laura Lentz will be joining us. They have a podcast, Lights On with Carl Lentz, and we'll talk to him next. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
During this process, in one of our therapy sessions, I saw him break down in a way I hadn't seen him break down before when he tried to explain to the therapist what had happened, like how his abuse had taken place. And I saw a part of him that I'd never seen before. And I had compassion for him. It wasn't like an excuse or it just made more sense to me as to why he was so broken. And so I wanted to be there to see that process unfold and see how he would change and how he would work on himself. And we have kids. We've got 3 teenagers. So it was just a lot. It was a lot to process, and yeah.
Did you understand the definition of love during that time? Because me and my wife, we went through something similar. But what was surprising to me is she basically said, I seen you so hurt and I didn't want you to hurt anymore, even though I caused the pain to her. And I was like, damn, that's a different type of love. Like, it's not it's almost the ability to realize what real love is. Did you realize in that moment?
Yeah. I mean, it was when everything's shattered like that and the trust is gone and the betrayal that happens, it's definitely, you have a lot to think through and work on for yourself, even though he made the mistakes. But it was just it was a time for me to really practice love, and it's not for everyone. And I know that. And if he wasn't doing the work and I didn't see him doing the work, I would have been out. I had the things in place I needed to have. I had a divorce lawyer. I had my own bank accounts. I did all the things to protect myself. Yeah.
Wow.
Your title of your book,
Real Life, Real Love.
I do think it's true that you don't know who you are until you go through something really hard.
And how did you guys have the conversation with your kids? You said you had 3 teenagers. So how was that? Because that was probably one of the most difficult things I had to do. So How was that with your kids, and how did they accept it?
You can answer that.
You want me to?
I don't remember a lot of it, so you can probably remember more.
I think I could see a look on your face when you said that. You kind of might have even thought back to when. I think it's the hardest thing that's ever happened in my life. My oldest daughter, I was able to tell her in person, and she was kind and quick to forgive, but that's more of her mom's side of things, like maybe she wasn't dealing with it. And then my second daughter had a mental health crisis. So she was in a mental health hospital, and we had to Zoom in so I could tell her, hey, something's about to come out. I don't want you to hear it from somebody else. You know, this is what I've done, and this is true. This is what's not true. And so I had to tell her over Zoom, and she looked at me and said, Dad, I appreciate you telling me, but I don't forgive you, and I don't know if I ever will.
Damn.
And I said, that's fair. I love you. You do what you need to do. And then my little son at the time, he didn't know what was going on. He does now, but he didn't at the time. It was more like, hey, we're moving. Yeah. He's like, why are we moving? Because we were told by therapists to not give a child more than they can bear, and to give him all the details of what I went through. It wasn't for his little heart and soul.
How old was he?
Now he's 15. So he was
12.
12-ish. Yeah. So now we've had some serious conversations, and there's power from it. Like I've found as a dad, teaching from my failure is way more powerful than my wins.
Absolutely.
To be able to look at my son and say, this is where I went wrong, son. And if we can steer our course this way, and now he knows I'm not just saying it because he's had to live through my mistakes.
Right.
So I've found that to be a beautiful part of this story.
Did your daughter forgive you?
She did.
She did.
She did. It took her, damn near 2 years. But yeah, she did. And we're best friends, me and my daughter Charlie. All my kids,
they're very close. I think because he's been so honest and so humbled by the situation, they have such a beautiful relationship. It's really lovely to see.
And they've taken your lead. Like one of our daughters said, the whole time they kept looking at mom. Like however mom is, that's how we'll be. So if mom's going to trust dad, we'll trust dad. If mom's going to give him a chance. So it was interesting how they didn't necessarily let their guards down with me. They loved me, but they just kind of followed her lead. So I'm grateful that it was a gracious one.
Is the trust back?
It is now.
How long did it take? And when did you realize that you can honestly trust him again?
Probably this year we talked about that. Probably this year. But I didn't say I forgive you or could even say those words. It was last year, October, that I actually said to him, I forgive you. And it was even saying that was still really hard because you're really letting that last guard down of, okay, I'm fearfully going back into this saying that I'm trusting you again. And as someone that's gone through the betrayal, you just don't know if it's going to happen again. And so you kind of keep that up for a long time. And even to this day, we talked about it yesterday when we were recording some stuff, and I still have those moments, obviously, of doubt. And I just have to talk about it. I have to talk to him about it and communicate what's going on in my head. If I don't, I will drive myself crazy. So anytime I have a trigger or anything like that, we just talk it out.
All right, we got more with Pastor Carl Lentz and Laura Lentz, his wife. When we come back, it's The Breakfast Club. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. We're still kicking it with Carl Lentz and Laura Lentz. Their podcast, Lights On with Carl Lentz, is out right now. You can check it out. I was going to ask, how do you feel that he won't cheat on you again, that it won't happen again? How does that make you be okay?
That's a good question. I'm reminded when I do feel like I can go down that spiral again, I'm reminded and I remind myself, okay, this is true. This is what happened. And I also see him doing the work every day. I see him putting in the effort. I see him doing his therapy. I see him, he's done the rehab. He's done all the things. He's accountable to other men. He's got these things in place that are secure. That's like a security for me and a safety. So if that ever goes away, then I know that there's going to be something wrong.
Gotcha. And it's my job to provide proof. It's her job to look for it. And I think there's a practical, which is here's my phone, and then there's a spiritual. So the practical I can handle. Spiritual, she has to almost take another chance with God, because I think that was a hard part of her journey. Was she's done everything right, beautiful wife, amazing mom. Our marriage had great parts of it, and it still went that bad. So I think Laura's talked about her journey with coming back into trusting not just me but trusting God.
Y'all have a new podcast called Lights On.
Lights On.
And y'all had a very in-depth conversation about it all. I'm sure that was probably the millionth time y'all had that conversation. So how difficult was it to have it knowing that it was going to be released for the public to hear?
I think it was cathartic, because we've waited a long time, and I didn't know if the day would ever come, and I wasn't really worried about it. I mean, once your reputation's shattered, you learn real quick. I've either got to heal my life or try to heal my image, and your image does not matter. So it's like, if the image ever comes back around, so be it. But I got my family, so if people want to think what they want to think, cool. But as it turns out, we have an opportunity now to be able to share our story, not for the purposes of, look, we're different, I'm better. It's for the purposes of, look at what we went through. And unfortunately, there's a lot of people who relate to what we went through in our marriage. A lot. Maybe more than the opposite side.
Correct.
So all of a sudden, we become people that are honest about our trials. And we've heard, especially Laura, I mean, she needs a new phone because of all the messages she gets from women all over the world saying, can you help me? And on my end, I do talk to a lot of men who are like, I don't want this to be my story. How can I fix this?
Or how can I change? How can I get my wife back? I get that all the time.
And I always tell men it's different. Getting caught and being sorry you got caught is different than getting caught and realizing you want to change forever. These are two different things. Because if you're just upset you got caught, you'll just change a couple behaviors, but you don't change. So it's a matter of time. But if you will go all the way back and dig out the root, now we're talking about a different legacy and a different life and a different soul. And I chose that route because there is a part of you immediately. It's like, how many lies can I keep? What kind of damage control can I do? And then you realize, or I can just open it all up and say, God help me, because I got to change. I don't want this to be my story. I don't want to pass this on to my son. I don't want my daughters to have to hear me talk about a good man, but yet they're looking at a man who, is hypocritical about everything I've taught them. So I cannot tell you how grateful I've been to be able to take advantage of this moment. And because when you are a preacher, you get involved in ministry. And there are things you can overlook in your own life because you're busy doing other things. And I've been in ministry. We got married, went straight into it, 23 some years old. And there was things in my life I should have gotten to, and I just didn't. And I'm not wasting that chance now.
What about you, Laura? How was it for you?
It was very cathartic. It was super healing, and being able to, I think, know that we're able to bring hope to other people. And like Carl said, the amount of messages that I would get over the years, the last few years, like DMs, how do I do that? How can I trust? How can I, all these things. I'm like, oh my God, there's just no one talks about it. There is, but there's not a lot of it, of people staying and working and getting, getting better. And so for me, being able to bring that hope to other women and to men, that's been a beautiful part of the story. It's kind of made it worth it, going through this. So
I want people to listen to the podcast, because if you read things and you see Pastor Carl says he was pushed to cheat, first thing a person will be like, can't nobody push you to cheat. You made a choice.
Yeah.
Can you speak to some of that?
Yeah, I mean, I can't control those narratives. As y'all know, being big time public figures on a level I couldn't understand, you get narratives you could do nothing about. I didn't say that. Like, I literally, I've been as clear as I can. That's why I'm cool with the narrative. It's like, if you don't want to take the time to listen to what we said, why are you reading stories about it? Like, why do you have to go to a story when we're sitting here telling you ourselves? You don't have to watch some biased report or something. So I think when people say stuff like that, it doesn't get to me because I know they didn't see it. I know they didn't listen. They didn't want to listen. They wanted to go in with a vision and a narrative of me, and they wanted to keep it. Yeah. Nothing I can do, but I cannot control other people's opinions about me. And that's been sadly a revelation in this chapter, because before I was like, you know what, I got to change your mind, and I'm going to impact you. And in my mind, I'm thinking I can change stuff like that. But now I have accepted, through my own recovery and rehab, I've accepted things I never accepted before, which is, if you don't like me and you think I'm a bad person, I accept that.
Absolutely.
There's nothing I can do about it.
I was going to ask, so when it did happen, right? I was watching something, and so now you're in New York City and everything is great, right? You guys are making money, everything is good, but now this happens, right? So what happens from there? Because now your fame is gone, the money is gone, and but you still got to survive. But not only survive, you're dealing with this as well. But now you still got to pay the bills. You have kids, you got to pay for food, and now you're in COVID. So I know that you had to drive Uber Eats or Uber.
Uber Eats, yeah, I definitely was working a bunch of different jobs that I never thought I would.
Of when you guys left New York and how that happened.
Well, I'll go first because I see you looking at me. So, I mean, no one plans on blowing up their life. We just sold a house, and then all this stuff happened, and we didn't have a ton of money. That the narrative just isn't true, and we never did what we did for money. So, I had some friends help us out, which is a hard pill to swallow. I mean, friends literally had to give us money so we could continue to live. And I kept reading narratives about us being in LA, shopping stories and stuff. I just was like, man, if people really knew. So on this journey, Envy, we found out that it's a really ugly, dark world when you fall out of a position like I had. There's not a whole lot of people out there. We had some really faithful friends stick with us. I think someone said when you go through something like this, some friends stand beside you and some choose to stand behind you.
Of course.
And I don't judge either one, but I'm so grateful for the people that stood beside us in the middle of our worst day. So yeah, we've had a bunch of jobs. I had to go get a regular job.
What's a regular job for Carl Lentz? You can't do Uber. They're like, oh, Carl!
I can see you working in the mall.
Hey, me too. Middle of the mall with jewelry. I would crush that. Shout out to Riff Raff. Middle of the mall. I think I had a friend who said I know a guy who runs a marketing agency, and he works for basically what is a traveling type leadership conference. And so I went in there and had an interview, and I said, I need a job. I'm willing to do whatever you need. And I loved it. I did good. Turns out I'm okay at marketing. Who knew? So I think it was a cool experience to get away from the pressure of all that.
Had to be humbling, though.
Oh yeah, but I almost lost my family. So from there, nothing. I don't care about anything. It's like somebody they came to my office. They were like, "Man, I don't even think they meant it to be mean." But he goes, "Man, do you ever think about how far you've fallen?" And I'm like,
Jesus.
I'm like,
but you had the wrestler hair too. You had the long wrestler hair.
A witness protection program.
Witness protection.
I said, no, I don't really think about how far I've fallen because I don't look at it like that.
Right.
That's not how I frame this. Like I'm standing in a place of healing and wholeness. I don't relate to the fall like that. I'm grateful that I got through it. So it was humbling, but at the same time, who can't use more humility? So I'll never forget that moment. I know I'm not cut out to per se sit behind a desk. It was tough.
Yeah.
But I had that job and then did whatever it took. And she started 2 businesses, worked at a retail store, and did Uber Eats if she had to. And then, we just got to make it work.
All right, well, don't move. We got more with Pastor Carl Lentz and Laura Lentz. When we come back, it's The Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. We are The Breakfast Club. We're still kicking it with Pastor Carl Lentz and Laura Lentz. Charlamagne?
I hated how Hillsong did you. I never seen a pastor get fired. Like it was like they actually put it out there but then fast forward, Brian Houston got caught up in a bunch of scandals and so I was like, did you feel like you wanted to give them the same grace that they didn't give you? How did you, when you started hearing stuff about them, how did you take it in your heart?
Definitely hard, and I put them in a position to respond a certain way to me, and I don't even judge it or look at it. Other people can, but I know I was taught just to stay on my side of the track. So my role in that story was I failed. I did, and I wish it would have been handled differently. That would have been beautiful. It just isn't what happened. And as you can see, stuff's going to play out as it's going to play out. You can't hide. Nobody can hide. So if you're pointing fingers at somebody, be very secure in the fact that you either have a really clean life or you have locked away your secrets so good that nobody can go get them. And I think, so we're human. I mean, a lot of that stuff hurt really bad. But at the same time, I failed. I let them down. And that's the way I choose to keep it, because otherwise my heart can get bitter quick. And I wish them the best.
Was there any joy in seeing everybody else?
I will say for me there was definitely a little bit of there was a little bit of only because
Mama Cub right there.
Yeah, because of how they treated him. And for years before this, there was always things that they would hide or protect or whatever, but for some reason, because it was him and it was a big deal, they just chose to protect the brand. And even though I begged, please don't do it. Like for my kids, my daughter is in a hospital right now. Like, does it have to be this way? And I felt like they doubled down on that. And it just was this constant wave of and it wasn't just one time they talked, for me, that was really hard because I have kids and my kids see it all. And it wasn't like he was out there being like, F you, I'm going to do whatever I wanted. He came out, got caught, apologized, did all the things that he was told to do. And then we went into hiding. We just wanted to focus on our family. And no one heard from us, but they just kept talking. And so for me, that was really hard to stay quiet and to just take it was really hard.
So when you saw Brian.
So when I saw that, I was like, oh, wow. It's going to come back to you. So,
absolutely. Yeah.
And it was just sad to watch the way that went down. So I was very sad about that. But
I was always just confused because I know all the secrets. And I'm going, y'all are being really reckless with your finger pointing, knowing that I am very involved in everything that's happened at this church. Why would you do that? But I knew it wasn't my job. I still don't feel like it's necessarily my job to, point at stuff. I got so much to work on here that I'll let Laura say what she said, because that's equally true. But as far as I'm concerned, I'm just gonna make sure I'm never in that spot again.
I was going to ask, with everything, there was so many rumors going around, and like anything else, we don't know what's true and what's false. There was a rumor that you were addicted to drugs. Was that true?
Yes. I had a prescription drug addiction that I found out when I went to rehab for everything. I was like, I don't know, I got all kinds of issues. And I got there and realized that I had sucked myself into a really rigid prescription drug addiction. And it's harder when you have doctors giving you stuff. It's not like I'm out there doing cocaine or heroin. I was taking medicine that I was prescribed, and I started to take too much of it, and I started to go to another doctor, and I had multiple sources, and I just stayed fueled with something that it enabled me to compartmentalize better. Enabled me to keep going. So I often say, like, my car was broken, but I had so much fuel in it, I was able to ride that thing for too long. So that is true, that I struggle with addiction with drugs.
Now, another rumor, and I don't even, they said that, which I thought was hilarious. They said you had a relationship with Justin Bieber. Did you see that relationship as well?
No.
I seen that too. There was a video of you and him in the pool. They were
saying that before. You know that. They were saying that before the scandal. Before the scandal.
Any other crazy rumor that you heard about yourself, or like, this just isn't true?
I think that
yourself, Laura?
There's one, like, I don't even want to talk. I don't want to give it any light. I think there was a lot of craziness said. I think the narrative about what kind of church we had, what kind of leadership, and there's nobody defending anything. And that's hard.
That's the difficult part.
I remember sitting there going, I wish somebody would stand up and say, well, that's not true.
But did you ever feel that way? And I guess Charlamagne just tells me, don't expect it. But as so many people
ignore it. I don't say don't expect it.
No, meaning don't expect people to come to your defense. But so many people that you helped, and so many people that you guided, and that you were there for. Now, when you're at your darkest, not one person said, you know what? Nah, that's not the case. Did you ever feel that way? Like, damn.
There were a couple. They just don't get any pub. So there were people that stood out. I know it's different. Her journey is different, because for me, it reminded me my motive. So the people that I looked out for and protected, when they didn't give that back, it was a good moment for me to check myself. Why did I do it in the first place? I didn't love this guy and protect him so someday it would be reciprocated. I did it because I felt like it was right. And it was hard, because the temptation is to go, I did this for you. Right. I've been there for you in your darkest hour, and you're going to run for me. And then you got to remind yourself, I didn't do it for that. And you owe me you don't owe me anything. Right. But I think it would have been cool on the church side for people to be like, no, there's a failure here, but it doesn't mean this whole thing, is necessarily bad. So yeah, it was tough.
Do you want to be a pastor again?
You do what? What was it?
Do you want to be a pastor again? You want to lead a church again?
No, I don't have any desire to do that. I'm not opposed to anything. Like I know too much about God to ever give him any of my absolute do's and don'ts.
Right.
So I'm open to anything, but I don't have anything in me right now that's like, I want to pastor a church. I want to do that again. I actually really enjoy this podcast. This whole B-side team that I'm on. It's a new app that's really cool, and it's about vulnerable discussions. So I love the fact that we can do what we're good at, and at the same time, still take a lot of time to heal. So I don't know the answer to that, Envy, but I'm open to whatever God wants.
One person I know that was really let down was Justin Bieber. Did you ever attempt to reach out to him?
Yeah, I'm going to keep that just offline, because I feel like when some people, I let down in a major way, and I was somebody in their life that was given a lot of trust. And as you know, in this world, all you have is trust. I can't give you money. I can't give you access. The only reason we have a relationship is trust. Right. And with some of my friends, I violated that. And so it might take them decades. They may never come back around. And I deal with that as it comes. For the people that do come back around, I'm grateful. For those that don't, man, I get it. And I love you just the same, and I pray. So I think with some of those relationships, I just keep it in the, offline, and just, there have been some cool stories though of coming back around. Thank y'all for having us though.
Thank you so much, you guys.
So I love you too, brother. Where can they subscribe to it? Wherever the podcasts are?
So B-Side, it's an app that you can download and get everything there first, but then the rest of the podcast is top 10, the first couple of days, which is really encouraging to see, and it's on every platform.
All right. Well, it's Carl Lentz. It's Laura Lentz. Thank you so much for joining us. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Thank you. Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get to Jess with the mess.
News is real. Whether it's Jess Hilarious, Jessica Robin Moore, just don't do no lies.
She don't spare nobody.
Worldwide Jess, worldwide mess.
On the Breakfast Club.
She's a culture shift.
She was able to get y'all to see something and understand something that nobody could get you to see.
It's time to set it off.
So Camille Winbush got a new job. Camille Winbush is the actor who played Bernie Mac's niece, Vanessa, on the Bernie Mac show.
Mm-hmm.
Well, she grown now, and she decided to take her talents to OnlyFans. And she sat down and did an interview with Comedy Hype where she explains her decision to start an OnlyFans and addressed the people who claim that she needed to do it because she probably ain't got no more money. That's what she said.
People that are outside of the acting world have no place to speak on it. When people are saying, oh, those Bernie Mac checks must have dried up, like from a job 20 years ago when I was a 12-year-old. Yeah. Listen, if I was on Friends making $1 million an episode, yes, those residual checks would still be very nice. But as time goes on, they get smaller and smaller every year. But if I can find a way to make enough to buy a home from the comfort and safety of my own living room, why wouldn't I do that?
Yeah, exactly. It don't matter how you do it. You did it.
Yeah, that's
reportedly.
I was gonna say that's the sad part about it. You know, you think about it. These actors, it was 20 years ago when they made money. But it's like, how do you keep that money when you're not booking until all this time? Because you're still paying for your school, you're still paying for your home, you're paying for cars, you're helping family members. So yeah, that money doesn't last forever.
Yeah. And the baby sister who was known as Baby Girl on the show, Brianna, she also has an OnlyFans page. And when Camille was asked if Coletta Smith, that's the lady who played Bernie Mac's wife, so she was like an aunt, mother figure to Camille on the show. She said if she asked if she had a problem with it, she said she always been supportive. She actually tweeted, if the worst thing that could happen will be people judging her for posting sexy pictures that she made a couple million from in less than 2 years, she'll be fine.
Yeah, I mean,
it is what it is.
It is what it is. Yeah, you got to pay. I mean, who cares about what people think when you got to pay your bills and pay your mortgage and pay your car note and help your parents or whatever it is and pay your school debt? Nah, who cares?
Yeah, and if you subscribe, you subscribe. If you don't, you don't. Keep it moving because all y'all broke anyway. So Rihanna opens up about postpartum hair loss. All right, so she was speaking with Refinery 29 at the Fenty Hair Loss. I mean, hey yo,
the Fenty
at
Hair
the
Loss.
Fenty Hair Launch Party in LA when she was asked about dealing with the hair loss and giving birth to our 2 sons.
My gosh, girl. I was not on the pamphlet.
Yeah, no one told you.
No, and I did not expect it to happen in waves either. I thought it would just happen and grow back. But it went this spot, then this spot, then this spot. And at that point, you're just like, all right, enough is enough. But I also learned to embrace that in itself. That actually just made me get a little more creative and clever with my hairstyles.
So all them people talking ish about her real hair being short and all that, which I think are still popping. Her little natural curls are definitely popping. According to the American Academy of Dermatology, hair loss usually happens 4 months after giving birth. By their child's first birthday, most women regain their normal hair growth. And it affects between 40 to 50% of women.
Yeah.
So like
Did
everybody. No, not with my first time. But yo, I'm scared to death now because I can't afford to lose no more hair, y'all. Like, you know, I can't afford to lose no more hair. I can't do it.
But that happens to a lot. That happened to my wife, and the crazy part is, we have 6 kids, and she didn't have a problem with the first 4, but the 5th and the 6th child, she started losing hair. We didn't know what it was. She went to the doctor. It was like, no, after you're having the baby, sometimes that's what happens, and it was coming out by large amounts, and it was just surprising. And thank God it stops after a while. But she was like shook for a minute.
And I imagine that's stressful, and that's a big play on your confidence as well. You're already trying to snap back, and then now you bald, and you just little baby over here looking at you with their hair full of hair, like mommy, like. No, should have sent you back. All right, but Fenty Hair officially launched yesterday, June 13th. So drop a clues bomb for Rihanna's new company. That's what's up. And then, real quick, Iman Shumpert wants child support changed. So Iman told the judge overseeing his divorce case with Tiana that she makes twice as much as he does. The court documents show that Iman claims that she makes almost $94,000 a month before taxes, where he makes just under $48,000 every month. People are second guessing Iman's claims because when Tiana filed for divorce, those documents stated that Iman was insecure and jealous of her fame, despite earning way more in NBA money than she could ever dream of making in music. Iman earned over $48 million in NBA contracts during his career, but he isn't currently playing. Iman claimed that he is comfortable with continuing to pay $8,000 a month for child support for their 2 children. His health insurance also covers major medical expenses, but he wants to split other health expenses, maybe like doctor's visits with Tiana. Money seems to be an ongoing issue in the divorce. Previous documents show that Tiana left him with a $200,000 home renovation bill and allegedly took almost $4 million from their joint account. Do you think Iman is capping about their reported incomes? I don't know.
I don't know. I know he doesn't play NBA anymore, so he's not getting those huge checks. I seen him on College Hill, and he does a podcast, and he does a bunch of other things that I seen him doing. So I'm sure his salary and the money that came in is slowed down. But it's just sad when you have children and you want your children to live a certain way. And I get it. Everybody wants to protect their money, but you got to think that it should be about the children. It should be making sure that the children are comfortable. It should be making sure that the children can do the activities, and I hope they can work it out. I mean, of course, TT and Iman are friends of the room, but I just want them to be able to work it out and make sure that the babies are the most happiest things out of that relationship if they can't work it out,
Yeah, but don't be telling them what I make, yo. Like, well, she make $100,000. I only make $50,000. Yo. Like, don't do that. But, well, speaking of Iman, happy Father's Day, Iman. I hope it gets better for both of y'all, though.
That's right.
And that is just for the mess.
All right. Well, Charlemagne is out today, so we open up the phone lines and allow you to give Donkey of the Day to whoever you want. 800-585-1051. Whoever you want to give Donkey of the Day to, call us up right now. We'll put you on the air. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Wake up. You're locked into The Breakfast Club.
Families are struggling to pay for the basics. Gas in the car, groceries, even electricity. Homeowners American Financing can help. Customers are saving an average of $854. So 888-976-5555, AmericanFinancing.net/breakfast. NMLS 182334. NMLSConsumerAccess.org.
It's your time to nominate a donkey of your own. Remember now, it's how they choose. Call in now, 800-585-1051.
Hello, who's this? Hey, what's up? Take me on Bluetooth. You got me on Bluetooth or speak? I can barely hear you, mama. What's your name?
My name is Tiffany, and hey, Jess, hilarious, and congratulations on the baby.
Thank you, girl. Good morning.
Who you want to give donkey to, Tiff?
I want to give a donkey of the day to Chris Brown's staff for allowing my boyfriend to be up there swinging for 20 minutes. Nope.
Period. I know that's right. He was up there for a long time, just a dangling too.
He was dangling. He was still singing out there down while he was cutting them out with the side eye. I love it.
So you went to the show? Did you go to the show?
No, I just saw it online, and I heard Jess talking about it the other day.
Okay. Now, Tiffany, Jess said that was her ex, and you saying that was your ex, so whose ex is it really?
No, she said that's her boyfriend.
Share him with enough love. It's enough love. It's enough love.
Oh, y'all can share him. Okay. All right, just ask him.
No, it's my ex, yo. I don't want him no more. Like, we're just friends. That's her now.
Yeah, you in love now. Yeah, it's my boyfriend, but she's glued up with her new boo-boo.
I got a different Chris.
Thank you, Tiff.
Thank you. Have a great day.
You too now.
You too.
Hello, who's this?
Yes, hi. This is Lydia. How are you?
Hey, Lydia. Good morning. Who you want to give donkey to?
I want to give donkey to the drivers in the street that don't let the fuel processions by. They just go right in between them, and that's very disrespectful.
Now, Lydia, let's be honest. It depends on how many car procession it is, because sometimes it'd be like 50, 60 cars, and I got to get over. I'm not going to front. I've done it before, because if it's 4 or 5, I understand. But if it's like 50, 60 cars...
but sometimes, but come on now, that's all family. You can't help that. If it was your funeral, you wouldn't want nobody to interrupt you, but you wouldn't know because you'd be gone already.
You right.
But it's just the respect. Why, it's the respect. It's the time you're on this earth, it's regardless. There's no excuse.
All right, you right. All right, you right, lady. Thank you.
All right, everybody have a great morning and weekend.
You too now. But sometimes it'd be too many calls. It'd be like 70, 80 calls per
What
session.
she say, like when cars let you over?
Well, you know when the funeral, all the cars they be riding with each other, and sometimes you're supposed to wait until they all pass before you get over. But when it's 60 cars, I gotta get to work.
Nah, yeah. I act like I'm with the funeral before I'm not with that.
Hello, who's this?
Hey, this is Big Ro.
All right, Big Ro. Who you want to give donkey to?
I want to give donkey to my baby mother. She's put me in jail for stalking. Spent 21 days in jail. I got not guilty for that. Got not guilty for identity theft. Got not guilty for a gun charge and trespassing, and then all the show causes associated with our child. So I want to give a donkey of the day to all the lying trick ass hoes that go and try and take a good man down. That's only trying to take care of his daughter or child. Excuse me.
Jesus. Okay. Well, have a happy Father's Day weekend, then.
Happy Father's Day.
Oh yeah, it is Father's Day. Is that just hilarious? Hey, Jess?
Hey, you ain't even know, man. Happy Father's Day.
Man, I would have never thought I would have got through to you. I'm talking to man.
Well,
y'all just made my morning.
Well, you have a good one, brother, and I'm sorry for your BM that put a stalker charge on you.
Hey, it is what it is. I'm just glad to be above ground. My daughter did just get in an accident yesterday, in a car accident, and she is good, so I thank God for that. But yeah, I got my daughter. I got 50-50, and I can't be happier.
All right. Well, have a good one, brother.
Thank you.
Felicia, who you want to give donkey today to?
Hello, I love you guys. I would like to give donkey of the day to my child's father, Christian. Can you give it to his mom too? Because she on his side and she should be.
Damn.
What they do?
I want to give out 2 donkeys. Both of them for me, please.
Damn. Okay, Felicia. you have a good weekend.
I will. You too. Thank you.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Just Hilarious, Charlamagne the God. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get to Pass the Aux. Go.
Yeah, DJ, come spin, now come spin.
What's up, Nyla?
What's up, guys? Happy Friday.
Big Nyla.
How are you?
Blessed Black and Holly favorite. How are you?
I love that. Same. All right, so today for music, I'm going to start with this new Ken the Man joint. I don't know if you guys heard it, but she flipped a Shawty Low classic.
Ooh.
They Know.
I dig it. Tough thing to do. Very tough thing to do. Remake a classic record.
It is.
Like They Know by Shawty Low.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
it's a bop. I feel it. I felt the energy.
Yes.
Y'all love Unk them. Y'all really be loving our era
We
so
do.
much.
First of all, that's not your era. This is our era, too.
They
I
Know
grew
is
up
not
on
your
They Know.
era.
Yes, I
Are
did.
you out of your They
I
Know?
wasn't in the clubs, but I was on MySpace.
No.
Yes.
If you weren't in the club,
They Know came out when?
It's not your era.
When I was in middle school.
2004, 2005?
When was They Know?
Because I remember
it was early
Uzi
2000.
did a remix.
Yeah.
I would say, let me see. I'll tell y'all right
Well,
now. They
between
Know
her,
released-
because Sexy Red, Get It Sexy, that's a flip on Hurricane Chris.
Mhm.
Then
Yep.
Glorilla, Big Glow, that's a flip on
2008.
Yeah, 2008 They Know came out.
2008 was They Know.
what is it? Crime Mob. Glorilla's record flips a Crime Mob record. Anyway, I just like this era because it makes me feel like a kid again.
Okay.
Me too.
But please.
I was in my second childhood.
Oh, stop.
2008.
You're in your third childhood right now.
I think I was just turning. Yeah, I turned 30 2008.
Man, you in your third childhood right now then, because if that's your second. So, yeah, shout out to Ken the Man. Make sure you guys tap in with her. She's coming with some crazy heat. And she's over at Rock, so shout out to D.
Who's
All
Ken the
right,
Man?
next we got Don Toliver. He just dropped his album today. Love Don Toliver, and this joint with Kodak is crazy.
That's all.
Don Toliver was supposed to come up here. I saw him on the schedule. I don't know what happened.
I think he's still coming.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
All right, salute to Don Toliver. Don Toliver used to, when we used to be in our old building, Don Toliver used to stand outside the radio station, well, a couple of times.
Yep.
With
Josh.
Josh used to call, young Josh used to call in here and rap, and they was partners.
Whatever happened to young Josh?
That's fire.
When Don Toliver was here last time, he said they still, they're still working on some stuff. So
Salute to young Josh.
Yeah, shout out to Don Toliver, shout out to Kodak. When I saw them doing a record together, I'm like, I'm a little confused as what it's gonna sound like, but I think came together very well. And then last but not least, we have an R&B record from Suave. Now, Suave is actually like a spitter. Like, he raps, but he just dropped the R&B project that I really, really like. And this record is called No Ordinary Love.
A lot of eyes and wise. Eyes, nice, eyes. You know those records? It's just a lot of eyes and eyes. I don't know what you call that.
It's a vibe.
Eyes.
Oh, God.
I like my value meal supersize. You know what I mean?
They don't have supersized value meals no more.
Yo, the remix was crazy.
That's how that sounds. I don't know. That's the thing. People used to write like that.
Well,
there was an era for that.
It's cool.
It's nostalgic. I gotta hear the whole song.
Nostalgic.
Yeah.
All right, I'll text it over to you guys, but that is from Suave. And again, if you guys aren't tapped into him, he's really like a rapper. Think like J.I.D., Kenny Mason type style. So
he raps.
The fact that he raps. So this
I can't tell by that song.
That's what I'm saying. This is R&B project, but he's really good at both.
Okay.
I like my big back short and wide.
What is wrong with you? All right. Thank you, Nala. What are you doing this weekend, Nala?
This guy with the accessions of Big Mac.
Just ignore him. Big Macs and Big Macs. Supersize.
This weekend, it's the Army's festival. So every year, I think the Army's turning 100 and something. So I'm DJing the festival. I'll be in DC. And then, of course, we got the next Certified Vibe going down on Juneteenth. So if you guys are in Brooklyn, pull up. We're doing a open mic situation for about 2 hours. But I've got an alarming number of artists who actually want to hit the stage. So I'm just going to put it out here right now. Not everybody's going to be able to hit the stage, but I'm going to try my best to give everybody some time.
Yeah, that's a good thing that you have. That's a great problem to have. When is that again?
Juneteenth, Wednesday.
Oh, Wednesday. It's going to be in New York?
Brooklyn.
He'll be listening. You just said that twice.
It's a good problem to have, but it's just like I'm trying to weed out the bad talent. I'm just trying to respectfully, because I don't want them to stink up the place. But it's all good. It's nothing but good vibes. Pull up Juneteenth. We in there.
That's the beautiful thing about Nyla Certified Vibe. It is curated by her.
Yep.
So, if you don't want the bad talent that's stinking up the place, you have the power to do that.
That's right.
But
music is subjective. So if people are there and they don't like who you put on stage, that's you too.
I'm confident in my selection.
Okay. There you go.
I'm confident in that. But make sure you guys tap in. If you do like the vibes that we played here today on Pass the Aux, I have a playlist called Certified. You can get it by clicking the link in bio on Instagram at Nyla Simone, NYLASYMONEEE on Instagram and Twitter. And make sure you guys tune into my podcast, We Need to Talk. Yeah, we drop 2 episodes a week. And I actually have Suave coming on this week, so you guys can tap in and learn more about him too.
Is he going to be at the thing Wednesday?
No, but we got Ruben Vincent coming. We got Juan Jadakiss coming. We got a few people, like people who just want to pull up and show love. I don't know if they're going to hit the stage, but, these are my friends, too.
So tap in if you like the vibe, because Nyla's vibe is certified.
Ooh, I like that. Tay, we need that as a drop.
No, you tell Suave to sing that for you.
That's all right.
No, I'm keeping
Thank you, Nyla. And don't forget, August 17th is my car show. Today is the last day for early bird tickets, so please get your tickets. If you don't know, we do a family fun car show August 17th, so if you're listening, come on, drive down to the New York, New Jersey area. It's going to be worth it. It's celebrity cars. It's cars from Offset, Cardi B, A Boogie, French Montana, 50 Cent, Cash Cobain, Bass Wagon, so many more. There's rides for the kids. There's games, obstacle courses, food trucks. Kids 5 and under are free. We're going to be giving kids haircuts for free. We're going to be giving away backpacks while supplies last for back to school. Free parking. It's an affordable car show, but it's going to be a lot of fun. Music all day long. Of course, there's drinks for adults, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So if you haven't got your tickets, get your tickets. And like I said, today is the last day for early bird tickets. All right? Now let's get to the mix. We throw it back on a Friday. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. Your mornings will never be the same.
Get motivated and informed with Audible. Check out the best selection of audiobooks plus podcasts and originals on any topic you want and be inspired. There's more to imagine when you listen. Sign up for a free trial at audible.com/breakfast club. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Charlamagne is out, but it's time to rep a gay a day. We do that because it's Pride Month, of course.
Yes, you said Charlamagne out?
No, not like out like Not
like he out of work.
Like he out of work today, not like out the
oh my
closet.
God.
You
Yes.
stupid, yo, I hate you.
Okay. Finally. Okay. So the gay that we are honoring today is one of my favorite artists, Sam Smith. His name is Samuel Frederick Smith. He's an English singer and songwriter. In 2012, Sam rose to fame when he featured on Disclosure's breakthrough single, Latch. That was one of my favorite songs back then as well, which peaked at number 11 on the UK singles chart. And the fun fact about Sam is he suffers from OCD. I don't know how that's actually a fun fact, but that's a fact about him. And then also, it was his dying wish to be a florist. So I know they probably could tell he was going to be gay back in the day.
You're stupid.
But he always dreamed of being a florist and did not know that he was going to be big in a singing career. So we love you, Sammy.
Oh boy. Well, salute to Sam Smith. I'm sure there's some straight florists out there.
Oh, I'm not saying it's not, but like, I'm sure it wasn't their dying wish to be a florist.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. It's like when you dream about being a florist, it's like, oh, God. All right, now.
All right.
But yes, happy Pride Month.
When we come back, we got the positive notice, The Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ MV, Just Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Again, reminding you guys, my car show, August 17th. If you haven't got your tickets, today is the last day for the early bird tickets, so get your tickets. It's a family fun day, so it's a perfect gift for Father's Day. If you're looking for something and don't know what to do for your dad, this is a great car show. It's indoor, outdoor, food trucks. I mean, we got stuff for kids. There's old school cars, new school cars, American Muscle. There's celebrity cars from artists like Cardi B, Offset, French Montana, 50 Cent, A Boogie, Cash Cobain, Basswag, just to name a few. And a couple of special guests that'll be popping in as well. All right. So if you haven't got your tickets, again, click the link in my bio to get your tickets. And I can't wait to see you guys there. And that's brought to you by Lincoln Tech, Monster Energy, and East Jeep. Also, salute to Dr. Wes Bellamy. Check out his documentary, A Time to Yell, More Than a Statue. All right. He's going to be giving you behind the scenes looks at the moments that led up to when white nationalists rallied against removing the Robert Lee statue from a local park in Charlottesville. He's out in Miami right now for the American Black Film Festival. So just want to salute to that brother. They're also having a free community screening on June 25th in Charlottesville. So just follow him on Instagram, Dr. Wes Bellamy, to get all the information. All right. Now it's time to get up out of here. Again, salute to all the dads. I want to salute to my dad, Edward Casey Pops. I love you. And salute to all the fathers out there. Enjoy your weekend. Now, Jess, you got a positive note?
Yes. Continue to live in your pride and be as gay as you want.
Oh, okay. All right.
Period.
Breakfast Club, bitches!
Y'all finished or y'all done?